Hello and welcome. So we're done with the 28 Days of Joy series. But it's still April and it feels strange to just be done with joy because we are always, as human beings, trying to return to a state of joy, peace, equanimity, whatever you want to call it. And so today we're going to do a practice together. It's called the 10-second return, to bring ourselves back into a state of joy, or at least try to cultivate getting there, getting closer to that feeling. Because here's just what happens, and this is what happens to all of us, is we get into a state where maybe we're in a program or we're reading a book or things are just going really well for us in our life, and we find that we are doing well and we're happy and we're joyful, and then something happens, because that's just what happens, right? And then we forget, and we forget the practices, and we forget how to return to that feeling. And the thing that I always have to remind myself of is that the feeling of joy and peace, it's innate. It's That's actually our baseline. It's within all of us. Because if you think about children, watch a toddler, that is just who they are and how they are, right? They are joyful, and they are living in the now, and they're living in the present. And it's as we get older and things happen to us that we forget that that is actually just our natural state. So that's just my 2 cents as a reminder. Like, our natural state as people is to be peaceful and joyful and live in the now. And as people, and as we grow older, we forget that that is our natural state, and things happen to us, and so we have to remind ourselves. So this is why we'll use this tool of the 10-second return. And it's very, very simple. It involves one breath, one movement, and one kind thought. Okay? And so the breath, you'll take a deep breath, you'll pause, right? So the breath will cause you to pause. One movement can be any type of movement, a shoulder roll. If you want a full body movement, you can do that, but something that changes your physical state. And then one kind thought, something that you need to hear. Most of us are not gentle with ourselves. We could be kinder to ourselves. So something that you would tell your best friend, something that you would tell a small child, something that you would tell yourself as a child. So to tell yourself that thing in order to change our state. One breath, one movement, one kind thought. So sit up nice and tall, and first just take a moment to think about what you want the movement and the kind thought to be, and then we'll come into that practice. So now, hopefully by now you have something, and just know you're not married to that thing. You totally have the authority and the ability to change it when you want to. But when you find yourself, and if it helps to even write this practice down, so that on the day where you need it and you've moved into forgetting or losing yourself, that you remember the 10-second return. All you need is 10 seconds. So one breath, one movement, one kind thought. Okay? And so we'll do it together now. Take your breath in and out. Your movement, I'm going with a shoulder shrug. And then one kind thought. I am enough. That's mine. You say yours. And so the joy does not stop here. We keep returning to it over and over again. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. Nama is name, stay is same. My name is your name. We are all the same. We bow forward together and say, Namaste.